Hey guys, my name is Ben Howard. We're out here at Furman University to check out their 9-hole disc golf course and to finish out my one-speed disc series. If this is your first time tuning in, basically what I did is I played around with every one-speed disc, and then I had put them all into a bracket and had them battle against each other. And with these three being the final three, I definitely recommend going and checking those out if that sounds interesting. But for today's video, we've got the Halo Sonic from Innova, the Lone Star Armadillo, and the Luft Hydrogen, with all three of these discs being very unique, with the Hydrogen having more glide than these two, the Armadillo being very controllable with being able to turn over, flex out. You can do a lot of stuff with this disc, as you'll see, and the Sonic just being a very neutral disc, not very glidey, just kind of wanting to flip up just a little bit and just go dead straight. So it definitely should be an interesting video. Hope y'all enjoy. All right, guys, so on hole one, it's par 4, 330 feet, just dead straight ahead. It's a nice open shot, so I can really show off what these discs do. I'm just going to throw the Sonic flat out to the left and let it fade back to the right. I'm just going to go in the order of seed for this one. Oh, I turned that over. Okay, not in the woods though. Now for the Armadillo, I'm going to try and do the same thing, just not turn it over. There we go, much better. The Sonic and the Armadillo fly very similar. The only real difference being the Armadillo will fade out of most shots, where the Sonic really doesn't want to fade out of any shots at all. Now for the Hydrogen. There we go. Yeah, you can just see just how straight and how glidey the Hydrogen is. It's definitely going to have an advantage over the other two, just because I can throw it same power and get extra like 30, 40 feet out of it. But it's very hard to get it to move left or right, so it'll be interesting to see how that works out. Luckily, I didn't get into the woods at all with the Sonic, but got a fairly easy approach shot. Just give it a little bit of hyzer, let it pop up flat, just sail right in the basket. That'll work. So the Dillo ended up going about another 20 feet in front of the Sonic. See if I can put this a little bit closer. There we go. Left myself about 80 to 100 feet for the Hydrogen. Try and give this a little bit of a run. Kinda. Didn't quite get it there. Left a lot of meat on the bone for the Sonic on this shot. I thought I put it a lot closer than this, but still a makeable putt. Stay high. Ooh, almost. There we go. All right, guys, so for hole 2, this one's a par 4, 440 feet, just on the other side of this tree branch. So nothing really in the way. Just gonna try and throw these out, just have them fade to the left, just so I can have a clean, open approach shot. That looks really good. Yeah. All right, now for the Hydrogen. Ooh, slipped a little bit on that one, but yeah, that'll be good. Ooh, look at squirrel. Now for the Sonic, which will probably be the hardest one for me to get to go to the left, just because this thing has no fade to it at all. But I'm just going to give it a ton of height, a ton of hyzer. Not enough. But still, okay, yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, so from here you can see the basket a lot better. It's just probably another, maybe not 200 feet, but right around that ballpark. Just another full shot out of the Sonic. I'm just going to throw it flat out to the left and just try and have it drift to the right. Oh, slipped right out of my hand. Ooh. Right. Next we got the Dillo. It's about the same distance as the Sonic. Luckily this isn't as wet, so it shouldn't slip right out of my hand, but we'll see. Come on back. Oh yeah. I didn't really outdrive the other two discs with the hydrogen this time. I guess because I put a little bit of hyzer on it, but about the same distance, maybe a little bit closer, but just go and put it in the basket too. Ah, nope. Pulled that. Okay. I think I'm a little long, probably about 30 feet to the right, so I'll have a putt at it. This is the perfect distance for me to throw the Sonic, because this is right about where I can throw this like 30 to 40%, let it fly just dead straight at the basket, and try and run it a little bit, but ultimately I won't end up outside like 10 feet from the basket, so just go and try and do it. Drop. Oh, almost. Okay, so I'm not as far away from the basket as I thought I was with the hydrogen. Probably got 25 feet for this putt, so not too bad. Yeah, there we go. All right, so for hole 3 on UDisc, it says it's a par 3, like 260 feet, whereas the T sign out here says 320 feet and a par 4. And based on where the basket is, that's what looks correct. So that's how I'm going to play it. But really, just trying to throw something out this gap and just give yourself an approach shot to the basket, which is probably just like 30, 40 feet to the right once you get out of this gap. But let's see, I think the Armadillo's still got the box. Ooh, it's a little early, but I'm out. Yeah. All right, so now for the hydrogen, I'm just gonna throw this flat just hard as I can. I don't think I can get to the tree line, like through the gap, so shouldn't really be an issue. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Came out a little bit of hyzer, which I didn't mean for it to, but that's perfectly fine. Now for the Sonic. Oh, sit down. Okay. Just been having some grip issues with the Sonic. This grass out here is super wet because it rained last night, and so it's very easy for this thing to slip out of my hand. And so now it's getting into my head, but it feels a lot better now, so shouldn't be an issue anymore. Almost. It's a good shot though. So for the Armadillo, I've got like slightly downhill 120 feet probably, but I'm gonna try it on a forehand. I'm just gonna throw it smooth on a little bit of hyzer, right about where that telephone pole is, and just let it fade into the basket. Just one of the nice things about this disc is I actually can forehand it. Just got to be a little touchy with it. Well, throw it straight at the basket, but there we go. I said I couldn't reach the other tree line with the hydrogen, and I was almost wrong. I was very lucky I'm not, because that would have sucked. But about the same distance as the Armadillo. Get a little nose up, throw it out to the right, see if I can get it to fade in. A little short, but that's a putt. Put the Sonic to probably about edge of circle 2 maybe. but go ahead and give this a run. Oh, come on. Let's go. Woo! I didn't realize this basket was a little wonky. Oops. Shouldn't be an issue though. All right, so for hole 4, it's a par 3, a little over 200 feet. Nothing really in the way, just got to throw a straight shot right at it. Can really get this one an ace run too. But the tee box is full of water, so I'm just gonna throw from just the side of it. First up is Armadillo. A little too much hyzer on that, but it's a putt. Let's see, and then we got the hydrogen. Gave it the height. Okay, it's a putt. Now for the Sonic. Need a little more hyzer on that, or at least a little bit more height, but I think that wall's like not even circle's edge, so should have a doable putt from right there. First up is the Sonic. Nope. All right, now we got the Dillo. Pulled it. Dang it. All right, this is for the hydrogen to take the solo lead. Oh. The right to left wind came right after I putted and lifted it. Dang. All right, so hole 5, it's 160 feet, just on the other side of this green stuff. Probably about 30 feet to the right of this wooden wall you can see right here. Really just gonna try and throw some stall shots over it. Just have an elevator straight down the basket. Let's see, the Armadillo still got the box. It's really good. It'll just be off to the left probably. Yeah. It'll be right behind that wall. I faded out of it at the end, luckily. Turned it over a little too much. For the Sonic, I'm just going to throw it flat. See if I can get it to turn over a little bit. Yes. I'm going the basket. Okay, that should be part. Once again, this is for the hydrogen to take the solo lead. Drop. For hole 6, this one's a par 4, 350 feet. You got 2 gaps you really go for. One to the right is a little bit tighter, but it gives you more of a direct line to the basket. So you can actually go for the eagle on that with that shot. But I can't throw it any of these days 350 feet, so there's not really any point for me to go for that. So I'm just gonna throw it out here to the left, about where this tree is. If I can get somewhere around there, I'll have like a 150-foot approach shot for the birdie. So definitely going for that. Hydrogen's got the box. Need a little bit more height on that, but yeah, that would probably give me like a 200-foot approach shot to the basket from there, but not bad. For the Sonic, we'll give this some more height. Okay, yeah, I turned it over too much. I'm off in the rough off to the right, but it didn't sound like I went too far, so I might be able to pitch out or get up and down for a birdie from there. Try the same line with the Armadillo and see if I can get that to fade out of it. Ooh, well, too stable. Oh, good. Threw it too high. Golly. Well, I put it where I wanted to at least, but yeah, I threw that too high. Sorry about that. I just noticed my mic was unplugged, so hopefully that won't happen again. Try and keep track of it this time. So yeah, not too bad off on this shot. That's it. Okay. Be like a 20, 25 foot putt. And for the Armadillo. Oh, slipped out. Sit. Hard. Oof. Yeah, so Sonic got a good bounce, I guess, or something, because this is a really good drive, and to have good footing up here is really nice. I'm gonna try and give this a little bit of a bid just to get the Sonic back into it. Ooh. Okay. Armadillo's not as bad as I thought it was, so got a good putt at it. Go ahead and cash it. Yes, let's go. There we go. All right, so for hole 7, par 3, 209 feet, just dead straight ahead. I'm gonna try throwing, well, I don't know, because I really can do whatever I want to. I've got this gap out to the left, the gap in the middle, and the gap out to the right. With the right being probably the most open, so I'll probably just throw them all out to the right. Let's see. Ooh. Oh, gotta get skip on that. Oh yeah, that's parked. So for the Sonic, I don't really think I can get this thing to fade like that did. So I'm just gonna go straight at it up the gut. Throw this a little bit of hyzer, just try and have it hyzer flip into that gap. Just like that. Ooh, scoot a little bit long on that one. The same thing for the Dillo. Sit. Okay. I think all 3 of them should be within like 20 feet of the basket. Dadgummit. How do you hit a band on a basket that has no band? Alright guys, so my hole 8 is par 3, 209 feet, just dead straight ahead. Slightly uphill, so it's gonna play a little bit farther, but a little bit more height in this one. Better, but yeah, it's getting too much down. I got more right movement out of that though. That should be a putt. Got a lot more right movement out of that. I thought it was gonna fade out of that. All of them should be within like 100 feet, so let's see what we can do. Oh, almost. All right, so the hydrogen's probably got about 45 feet left. Being a little uphill. Just going to give it the same bit as the Armadillo. Oh, slipped out of my hand. Ah, this is the Sonic. Bring it back to 1. There. Woo. Sorry about the mic, guys. I didn't realize it'd come unplugged again. I think the problem is I'm just sitting the tripod down too hard sometimes, and it's just knocking that little piece loose. But I'll try and hopefully I can keep track of it for the rest of the video. But right now we're on hole 9, final hole of the video. It's a par 5, 520 feet, just dead straight ahead. Nothing really much to this one. The whole fairway kind of slopes from right to left, but so I don't really want anything coming down on hyzer, but nothing really too crazy about this hole. Let's see, yeah, so the Sonic, be the Sonic, Hydrogen, and then the Armadillo for this one. That looks good. Oh, drift right, drift right. Oh. Okay. Still off to that left side, and I'm a little bit closer to those trees, so I'm probably a rough shot from there. Let's see. I'm really tempted to try a roller with the Armadillo just to give myself like the extra little bit of. Yeah, screw it. We'll try it. What's the worst that could happen? I guess that's the worst that could happen. All right, let's actually throw a real shot with the Dillo this time. I've actually got a little bit of tailwind I didn't feel on the tee pad, so I'm just gonna hit this hard, give it some height. Oh no, get through it all. Maybe. So the Sonic actually has me set up pretty good for a big hyzer flip just straight into this gap. The hydrogen's actually pretty pinched off, so if I can give myself a pretty good look at birdie, or at least like maybe even a look at a throw in for an eagle, I might be able to get a tie with get a tie out of this, but we'll see. Oh, pulled it just a little bit. Ooh. Okay. I can get up and down from there, but we just have to see what I can do with the hydrogen. Yeah, I don't have a lot from here, but all I really got to do is just get up and down, get a bird, or get, not up and down, but like get myself to a place where I can get up and down. I'm going to try and throw this on just a forehand. Just kind of turn it over. Don't need to throw it very hard. Just get out there. Just like that. That's perfect. Just going to try and get out in the open and just see what I can get from here. Got some turn out of it. Yeah, I can get up and down from there. Okay, so the hydrogen's actually a little bit farther from the basket than the Sonic, so got to put this up under the basket. Just get out of here with the birdie for the hydrogen. Ooh, that's short. It's a little short. All right, so if I put the Sonic close, then I have to make that putt from the hydrogen to get it to seal the deal. So I'm just going to put this close. Yep. Here we go. All right, so the Armadillo really doesn't have a chance. So it doesn't really matter what I do with it from here. So I'll give it a little bit of a run. Almost. Oh, short. Dang. All right. All right, so for the tiebreaker, I brought us back to about 150 feet. Since these are approach shots, we'll just do a CTP. Whoever's closest is the winner. Since the Sonic birdied the last hole, I'll give it the box. Just try and put it as close as I can. Ooh. Okay, it's a little long. It's beatable. Let's see. There's a hydrogen. Oh, I yanked it. Filter. Filter. All right. That's pin high. So let's go see. All right, so the hydrogen is probably about 5 feet. And the Sonic over here, 2 feet. So, all right, guys, that finished up the round out here at Furman. So yeah, Sonic's the winner. Pretty ironic considering this is probably the disc that I'm most known for. The first disc I did a 1 disc challenge with, the number 1 seed. And I mean, you can kind of see why. Like, I love this disc for 150-foot approach shots. It is just perfect. So I could put it on a little bit of hyzer. It might pop up a little bit, it might not, but either way, it's just going to go dead straight. And sometimes it might fade a tiny bit, but this thing just has no low speed stability, which I really, really love. Only thing is, like, as you can see, it's just not really meant to be thrown hard like I'm throwing it out here. I can get it out past 200 feet, but I have to be really careful with it. And like, if it's conditions like today where it's just kind of wet and just like humid, it's not a really good time to throw this thing hard. But very, very good approach disc. Definitely recommend trying these out if you've never even tried one. Very controllable, very fun disc to throw around with. So definitely try these out. And one that kind of blew it a little bit, the hydrogen, which, I mean, I blew it, so. But the putt got in my head a little bit there at the end. And it's actually ironic because this is the second time I've filmed this video. And the first time I filmed it, the hydrogen won. I had to scrap it because the audio went bad in it, kind of for the same thing that was happening today. But sadly, I wasn't able to catch it that day. So I had like no audio for the whole video, but you can see why this one would have won. It's just one of the best driving putters I've ever thrown. Just super glidey, super straight. Doesn't want to fade, doesn't want to turn over. Just wants to go as straight and as far as it can. And like, I've heard people complain about the depth of it and how just weird it feels, but like, once you get used to it, it's you can see why it's just one of the best ever thrown. And just definitely recommend these, because even for a putting putter, these things are pretty sweet. Just tons of glide, just wants to go forever. Really, really fun disc. And for the Armadillo, this one, it reminds me a lot of the Sonic in a lot of ways. Like, I could throw it flat and it would just kind of drift to the right, but like, you could see it has that late stability. It has that weird like drop that a lot of people love the Berg for. It just wants to go and then just drops immediately. Doesn't want to go very far once it runs out of energy. So I would definitely recommend trying these out. If you've tried a Berg and you don't like the feel of it, these feel a little bit better, a little bit shallower. They still have a groove track on them, but definitely worth trying if you don't like if you want the Berg flight, but a little bit different feel. Definitely worth trying these out. Yeah, guys, that finishes up our 1-speed series. Yeah, if you want me to try any other series, please let me know. I thought about doing them for maybe like zone type discs or buzz type discs, just anything that kind of fills a big category where there's a lot of molds that fill that same slot, but all are different in a lot of ways. Definitely interested in trying that out. So if you have any recommendations, please let me know. Yeah, for the course out here, I say this isn't one I would like travel for. It's a little weird coming out here because like you have to like park in a different area than where UDisc says you need to. You have to like walk a good like probably 300 yards to the actual first tee from where you can park, and then it's just like a little dirt patch on the ground with rocks spray painted with the number 1 on it. So you definitely have to have UDisc to come out here because there's not really any good markings to tell you where the tee pads are, where the baskets are. Like only 2 of the holes had tee signs. And it's just a little bit of a mess, but it's definitely worth trying out if you're in the area. This is a lot of fun. and it is something that not a lot of courses do, where they have like pars set up for beginners, because like hole 1 and 2, those probably would be par threes on a lot of the courses. Well, maybe not 2, but and 9 out here, this one would definitely be a par 4 on any other course, but it's just kind of tuned for more beginner players, and you can definitely tell that in the design for it. So it's definitely a good course to like try out if you're a beginner and you just want something that's a little more casual, a little more like not really pitch and putt, but and like there's a lot of good lines out here, a lot of different shot shapes you can throw. And even though you're in the middle of a college campus, you don't really run into a lot of people out here. Like there's a walking trail that kind of runs across like the last like 4 or 5 holes out here, but really not much foot traffic out here that gets in the way, really. Only thing that's kind of weird is like the first 2 holes are out there alongside the golf course, and can be a little weird because people are kind of just staring at you like, what are you doing out here? And like you kind of feel like, am I supposed to be out here? Like you're waiting for somebody to come walk over and they tell you to leave. But I've been out here multiple times and I've never had any issues with it. So it's just kind of a weird feeling to be out here. And then like, what hole was that? I think it was hole 4, no 5. Whichever one I threw over that concrete trail. That's the Swamp Rabbit Trail you're throwing over on that shot. So it's kind of a little weird. It's like you have to just wait for people who are going across the Swamp Rabbit Trail so you don't hit them. But I mean, it's a little, I don't know. It's whatever. You can look and make sure nobody's coming. Just got to be careful when you come out here. Just to be aware of your surroundings out here. But ultimately, a good course. Definitely would recommend coming out here. Other than that, I don't really have anything else to talk about. So thank y'all for watching. Have a good one. Bye.